What is shaking, y'all? So I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time, and I've had so many delays in just getting on the road, so I haven't done it. So here we are. I'm losing patience with myself, so I just want to knock it out. Basically, this is a video about staying safe as a female on the road. I will be doing another video on being black and traveling in America, one of the most racist countries in the world. I will be doing that kind of video, but that's coming later. There's a lot to cover. Okay, but let's jump into it. As you can see, I got my handy dandy list, and there's so much. So the first thing I'm going to cover, which I feel like is common sense, but common sense is not that common. Okay, don't allow strangers into your home. You wouldn't do it with sticks and bricks, so why would you do it with your conversion? Especially if you don't have a home base. Like, this is all you have. And obviously I have my channel and I do share what my space looks like, but I'm not showing you every nook and cranny. I'm not showing you my weapons. I'm not showing you where I keep sacred things or letting you know that I have sacred things in here that like could be valuable to someone else, not just myself. So yeah, don't allow strangers into your home. Number 2, when you are in your car and you're just, even if you're not going to bed for the night, make sure that you are locking yourself in with the alarm on, because you never know who's actually looking at you. You never know who's noticed you. Even if you're in the woods and you think you're alone or in the desert, like, you never know who's actually watching you. So always just be mindful of that and lock yourself in with the alarm on. And also remember that you locked yourself in with the alarm on, because there's been so many times that I'll just be like, oh, I have to get out, and I just will pop my lock, and then my alarm goes off, and then I am no longer stealthy. Okay, number 3, and I feel like it can go for anyone, not just a female, but be mindful on who you travel with, because just as an example, thank God I haven't had any bad experiences with meeting people and then deciding to go to a similar destination or the same destination, and it's always been females. Thank God I've never had a guy be like, hey, we just met, but let's go here together. I think I'd be a little bit more on guard, honestly. But in general, like, say if you get pulled over with that person, what if they're an axe murderer? And you were just over here, la la la, just traveling with them, and you didn't know. So just be mindful. Intuition is key. Baby, if you don't got intuition, you should not be on the road, okay? But follow your intuition. Be mindful on who you travel with. I cannot stress that enough. Number 4, if you are someone like myself who doesn't really have a home base, like, I have family, I have friends, but I don't really have like a space that's mine. Like, I can go home anytime and I'm done with this, right? And all I would technically have on my keychain is the key to my car. I'm very observant, and I know that other people are very observant as well. And if they're a bad person and they're observant, they're going to see, oh, she only has one key, so that likely means that she's living in her car. So always, if you can, ask friends, ask family, or just go to the store, buy some extra keys and make it look like you have access to multiple dwellings. Number 5, always have a safety plan and always know where your weapons are. So I don't know what a safety plan would look like for you, and I'm not going to tell you mine, but I got one, okay? And if I'm in just for an example, if I'm in a deep sleep and someone's like trying to break into my car or actively is trying to get to me, even if I'm in a deep sleep, I can wake up and feel around and be like, okay, I know I have something here. I know I have something below me. I know I have something on the side of me. Always know where your weapons are and always have a safety plan. Always, always, always. It's a must. Number 6, if you are someone who carries a gun or even has a BB gun and you're constantly crossing through different state lines, always make sure that you are reading the laws to each state that you're going through, because the last thing you need is to be pulled over and have your gun, improperly stored or whatever the case may be, and then now you have a felony, okay? Just be mindful. Number 7, and I feel like anyone should be doing this, but get a dash camera for the front and back of your rig. And then also, I know it's a lot to ask of yourself, but if you can, get a camera for the inside of your rig. God forbid if someone breaks in, you know what they took, what they look like, and you have it documented. Or if you're driving while black and you're pulled over and it's a bogus stop, you have protection. You have that, it was a bogus stop, and you have it from the inside of your rig and then also from the outside. And I think it's such a good investment. So yeah, highly recommend dash cameras all around. Number 8, do not get comfortable with not putting up window coverings and putting up your windshield coverings just because you might be in a space where you're like, I already know what's around me. It is what it is. Do not get comfortable with not protecting your space, because you never know. There could be a night that someone does walk past, even if you're in the middle of the desert. someone could walk past and see you inside and see what you're doing and see what you're up to. And for me, I'm very stealthy. I have a converted SUV. From the outside, you're not going to know that I'm living inside of it. And that is how I want to keep it. So just be very mindful and don't get laxed when it comes to protecting your space. I cannot stress this enough, and this literally goes for anybody. Do not have a routine when it comes to this lifestyle. And I know that might seem crazy, and there's some people who are from a small town. They don't give a fuck that people know that they live in their car or van. It is what it is. Sure, you feel safe in that small town. But there are so many observant people in the world, and there are bad observant people, and you never want to give them a routine. You never want them to know where you park up for the night or what you do in the morning. It's just don't have a routine. Always switch it up. Never stay in the same location often. Okay? So I just want to throw this in here as well. Women can be predators too. And I know that sometimes as women we feel, oh, it's another woman. We're safe. We're comfortable. That's not always the case. You do not know what they got going on. So just be mindful. It's not just men that you have to worry about when you're living on the road and living in a rig. No. Be mindful of women as well. They can be predators too. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, use your intuition. That's going to be your best friend. In anything that you do, use your intuition. If something feels right, it's probably good. It's probably right. But if something feels wrong, it's probably wrong. And you don't want to stay to find out what was wrong. Okay? Use your intuition. It's a must. So that is the handful of safety tips that I have to give you guys. And if you want a second video, I can totally do one. And it really doesn't apply to just females. It applies to anybody that could use some safety tips while living on the road. And I will be doing another video talking about being Black and traveling, because Black people are going to experience different things while traveling, especially in America, one of the most racist countries in the world. So that video is coming soon, but be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you later.